A top quality protector, this top quality Impact Wrestling star is known for protecting quarterbacks, other wrestlers, and now the TNA World title. 2020 was a really good year in Impact Wrestling for TNA Champ Moose. His match with EC3, cinematic style, at Bound for Glory proved just how far he has come in his second career. Now 2021 is here, and already he's competing in another big match. This time, battling Willie Mack in an I Quit match at Genesis on January 9th. And who knows what's in store at Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill pay-per-view on January 16th. Hey, maybe Moose is a little jealous not only of Moose's wrestling career, Mack could be a little bit jealous of Moose's football career. Thank you, champ. I'm curious, in your collection of photos, or your family's collections of photos, is there a photo of Moose with the Syracuse orange?
Yes, I believe so.
What was that time like for you, a star offensive lineman at Syracuse, and who were some of the quarterbacks or quarterback that you protected?
Let me think about this. Just take me back. Perry Patterson, Troy Nunes, and I cannot think about the last, Joe Fields, and I don't remember who the quarterback was my freshman year. And I mean, I have to do a lot of thinking to recall that.
Syracuse alum, and Syracuse always had good sports program. You decided to go to Syracuse. Also, some good running backs. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't you help two of the running backs set a record for rushing in one season?
Yeah, I believe that was my junior year. We had two running backs rush for 1,000 yards, which I think that was the first time that's happened in school history, which was pretty cool. Being part of something like that.
It's rare, and for you to be part of something like that, does that also help then when it's time for the NFL draft and the evaluations, that is sort of another dot on the resume when coaches and evaluators are looking at you?
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it's when coaches and evaluators are looking at you strictly your individual performance and not what you do as a team.
Now, I want to get into the wrestling, Impact Wrestling, of course, but I also was curious, what made you decide to choose Syracuse, and was there another college you were interested in?
Maryland, Florida State, Virginia, Boston College. This is taking me down memory lane. There was a bunch of schools, but those were like some of the big ones.
Was that the time when Bobby Bowden was coaching, and did Coach come visit?
Who?
Bobby Bowden, FSU?
I believe so. Yeah, it had to be.
When you were growing up, was the goal to play in the NFL?
Definitely wasn't. Like, I wasn't really a big football fan. So I was more of a wrestling guy. So I was just like, it's just crazy how I got into the NFL, not even wanting to play in the NFL as a little kid.
Well, you went to DeMatha High School in Maryland, and that school is known for sports, especially basketball. So many greats came out of there for basketball, and I'm just curious, did you ever play any basketball there or strictly football?
I signed up for basketball for varsity and didn't quite cut it, so Coach told me that I was an athletic kid, maybe you should try football, and that's what I did.
What a great move for you. Obviously, the football then after that parlays into pro wrestling. What was that time like for you, high school, college, and just going through that process and then finally actually making it in the NFL, which really wasn't a dream when you were young?
It's part of life. It's part of who I am, Without that experience, I wouldn't be the man I am today. So, if I could do it over, I'll probably do the exact same thing.
How has playing football helped you, if any, in transitioning to pro wrestling?
Just discipline teaches you discipline and work ethic.
What NFL quarterbacks did you get to work with and or protect?
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Michael Vick, Matt Ryan, Sam Bradford.
That's it? You're mentioning Peyton Manning, Tom Brady? This is just, it's just so cool. I mean, for you, you did it, so you're there. From an outsider's perspective, it's just so amazing. Did you find yourself that it was a job? This was your job, this is what you do, and you weren't so much in awe of the other players you played with?
I mean, when you get to that, it's not than anything. You don't look at it as a game anymore or a job. It's like clock in, you clock out.
You played left tackle, too, which is a very important position on the offensive line. Did you ever want to play, or did you ever play on the defensive side?
No, never played defense.
Were you just, that's where you were most skilled at, and offense and doing that? Did you ever think about another position on the O-line, whether it be guard or right tackle, or you were set? They had you pegged for a left tackle.
No, it's just one of those things that they just had me, on the side of the ball. I wish I could tell you why. I don't make those decisions. I guess, do what I'm told.
Moose, do you have photos from your NFL playing days and even your college playing days? And would you have a big memorabilia collection, or you're not really into that, or does your family have all that stuff? Because it seemed like you would have like a great collection of stuff.
I mean, I have stuff, but the thing is, a lot of the stuff I have, I gave it to family and gave it to friends. Because it's more. Yes, I would never forget I played in it. Fans will never forget I played in the NFL, but I don't fit to remind me every day. It's just something I know. To look it up and see it.
Well, it's interesting because pro wrestling, as you mentioned, that was a big love for you. Was it difficult to hang up the cleats, or not really, because you knew wrestling was what you wanted to do, and it was NFL was done, and you knew it was time to move on, so it wasn't that difficult?
No, it's really easy, because I was going to something that I really loved, wanted to do. Fairly easy.
How did you feel about Moose in 2020 and what you accomplished?
I felt good. 2020, the world went through a rough time, and but there was a lot of positives. I just hope in 2021.
What do you attribute your successes to in your pro wrestling career so far?
Just the hard work and consistency and discipline that I have.
You just seem so much more comfortable in the ring and even on mic. Which area was more challenging for you? Was it more challenging for the in-ring work, or was it more challenging to get comfortable on mic?
It's both equal. It's just one of those things that as time goes, you get more comfortable daily in both aspects of it. Like, the more you wrestle, the more better at it, the more you talk. It's 50-50 on both.
Now, how do you feel about your opponent coming up, Willie Mack, in this Big I Quit match, Genesis, January 9th? What do you got planned for this one, or you want to keep it? You want to keep the strategy secret?
You have to watch to find out. I plan on hurt again.
Pro wrestling fan growing up, who were some of your favorites?
Where do I start? Ric Flair, Razor Ramon, Goldberg, first came in and went the late 90s. could keep naming, but I had a lot of favorites, but I could keep. But I won't be here forever. But I just started naming all the guys I like.
What's it been like for you with Impact? You've wrestled a lot of places, looking at Evolve, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. What's it been like for you at Impact Wrestling?
It's been great. The last few years have been awesome. And hopefully we keep growing as we've been and making the product just as good, continue to make the product just as good as it's been.
What are your thoughts of this interaction with AEW, Champ Kenny Omega, Don Callis? What does Moose make of all this?
Nothing. I mean, it's good for business. I mean, we've had the most odds that we've had in our platform. Thanks to this relationship with AEW and Kenny Omega coming to me. Other than that, really don't have anything to say about it. It is what it is. Kenny Omega, everybody knows who he is. He's a great talent. And I have to watch and see why he's at Impact.
Hey, not to look past a very formidable Willie Mack, but is Moose ready for Kenny Omega if that time comes?
Yeah, I'm ready for anybody, but we'll see. You just have to watch and see why.
Hey, Moose, how did you get your start in pro wrestling? I read about Mr. Hughes, and you were trained in Atlanta. Were you playing for the Falcons or ending your time with the Falcons at that time, or lived in Atlanta and then transitioned and heard about Mr. Hughes or met him or someone at the gym? How did that transpire?
I was living in Georgia when I stopped playing football.
Who came up with the name Moose, and why Moose?
A name given by a teammate of mine, and when I played for the Falcons,
Was there a turning point for you in your wrestling career? A couple of matches, a major event where you were like, hey, I'm really in this and I'm really on my way to doing well with this? The confidence and just that one moment or a couple of moments that showed you that this is for you.
This is something that the more you do, the more confident. I can't just name one moment that followed it, but be confident right now.
Another NFL player, DeAngelo Williams, you had a big tag match with him, and I'm curious, did you... DeAngelo got very rave reviews after just that one match. Did you think he might make that a second career for him, or did you even have any talks with him afterwards, or kept in contact with him afterwards, or was it just that one time?
No, I knew DeAngelo was only going to do one thing. He wasn't. He all going in. So.
And then another mainstream opportunity came when you were working against Bobby Lashley and American Top Team with their leader, Dan Lambert. What was it like working that program? And also, Moose, you're a big, strong guy, very athletic. Did you ever have any thoughts of stepping in an MMA octagon or cage?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. Something I might do. But who knows? We'll see.
Hey, have you been keeping up with college football? Are you into the national championship game, Alabama, Ohio State, or haven't really followed college football?
I watch a lot of football at all. Barely watch it. Like, I'll watch a highlight, but I can't sit there and watch a whole game. I think it's boring.
Well, that's right. You didn't grow up a fan, so that's true when you look at that and all. All right, well, Moose, just what are your thoughts of Genesis, Hard to Kill, Impact Wrestling, what they're doing, and what's going to go on here for 2021. Yeah, I know we're going to watch, we're going to see, but just what are your thoughts of being involved in these big matches, these big events, and just to get fans excited about 2021 for Impact Wrestling?
I think Genesis is going to be awesome. Hard to Kill is going to be even better. I mean, Impact always does a great job putting on pay-per-view, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And Impact Wrestling will have a great year in 2021.
And I know we have a big event coinciding with Hard to Kill, a virtual fan fest, and I think Dr. Ross is online with us to tell us a little bit about that. Moose can jump into if he wants. Dr. Ross, what's going on? Give us the info.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
Hanging in. Thanks for the work on the shoulder. Everything feels fine.
Good. Glad to help. So Saturday morning, January 16th, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, a 2-hour virtual fan fest. Fans can literally talk to some of their favorite Impact stars. Already have the Good Brothers are confirmed. Motor City Machine Guns will be part. World champion Rich Swann, Deanna Purrazzo, and others. Literally, it's on Zoom, and fans can literally ask questions of some of their favorite stars and get a lot of perks from it. You'll get a Hard to Kill T-shirt. You get some other swag. You get some autographs. So ImpactWrestling.com to sign up. Limited number of entrants, so sign up now.
Well, when I ended with this, Moose, we started off with some Syracuse Orange talk and a little memorabilia talk. I'm wondering from a pro wrestling standpoint, do you have anything memorabilia-wise in the home, a championship belt, a photo, a shirt, anything that just stands out, or a couple things that stand out in your home, collectible that you have?
Yeah, I definitely have stuff. Everything is put up, but I definitely have some stuff.
Anything stand out in particular?
Just stuff.
Yeah, I bet it's some great stuff.
I mean, you might call it great. I just call it stuff.
It's stuff, right? Well, listen, Moose, all the best. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great to watch in action. Really enjoy that. And thank you, Dr. Ross, as well. And we'll look forward to all the big events coming up in a great 2021.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Jim.